Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button. Really appreciate it. So we now have a price for the all new 2025, I guess, if you want to call it, the Honda Prologue. Is it 2025? Because it's technically, okay, it's 2024, which makes no sense because it's coming out, I guess, the early 2024. So within the next 3 months or so, the Honda Prologue is going to be hitting your local dealerships, and it's available for you to purchase for a low price of 47 thou wow. You know what? It's not too bad of a pricing, I guess, but there's still other alternatives that's out there that's a little bit cheaper than the offering of this said vehicle. Um, so let's go ahead and check out the starting price, which I've already told you. So you're welcome. Just kidding. So we're gonna go over the base price that they're starting, like around $47,000, and then you have your middle, and then of course you have your top of the line, the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the elite. You elitists. You want the elitists? You're gonna have to pay. Let's go. All right. So here we go. So the base model, obviously, it's gonna start in the trim. So you have your, I'm sorry, the trim level EX. A little tired. Excuse me. So it starts off at the EX, and you have two mod. Obviously, they all come in two-wheel drives or on all-wheel drives, and then the Elite is obviously coming in only one trim, which is just the all-wheel drive system. So you're gonna lose some range there on the Elite, but if you want more range, obviously you want to go with the two-wheel drive. Anytime you go all-wheel drive in any one of these EVs, you are gonna lose some range. That's to be expected. Okay. So starting price EX is $47,400. You're getting about 296 mile on the charge, but it doesn't really tell you whether it's fully charged or not. That's one thing that it doesn't say. If these vehicles are getting fully charged, and that's what you're getting that 296 from, I would assume so. But if it's not, if it's about 80%, then you're gonna lose a little bit of that range that they're advertising. So I want to say like a good number to be at is about like 265 around there, 270 maybe. Um, anyway, moving on to the dual motor, you're gonna lose about 15 miles in the range. It starts at about $50,000, so about $2,600 more. It is what it is. And then if you go to the touring, obviously, when you're going through the different trims, you're just going to get more niceties, more nice things in the vehicles. That's all you're getting. And the Elite, of course, is going to include pretty much everything. You get everything. Yes, and that's going to start at 57,000. Ooh, wee. That's a very steep price that they're asking here for it. With the Elite, you're obviously going to get 273 miles of range, so expect about 250-ish or a little less than that. And of course, I've talked about this. The same thing that applied with the ZDX applies with this one as well too, because Honda is the same company, whether Acura, Honda, same company. It's just more luxurious. So if you go with option A gets you home charging stations level 2, a $500 installation credit. So let's say the installation costs you about $1,500. Honda is going to give you $500, so it's only going to cost you $1,000, and they're going to give you a $100 EV credit for you to fast charge your vehicle. And then Electrify America, 60 watts as well too. Honestly, that's one of the things that's kind of like a little disappointing to me, is this right here. Recharging on the go is quick and convenient with a DC fast charging at rates up to 150 kilowatt. Prologue's 85 kilowatt lithium ion battery pack is designed to recharge 65 miles of range in about 10 minutes. 65 miles, 10 minutes. With my Ioniq 5, 60 in 10 minutes, and depending on the condition, I can usually get about almost half, because my vehicle can charge up to 350 kilowatt, depending on where I go. There's two places that offer the super fast charging up to 350. Honestly, one of them at least the one that I go to most frequently. It's close by my house. That one can charge up to 350, and then the other one is 150 max that it's going to be able to charge to. And I usually get about I want to say like 130 kilowatt, but during the cold times that it dips, it charges a little bit slower when it's cold, and when it's hot also it charges a little slower. um, Anyway, option B, portable charging kits, level 1 or 2, 250 installation credit, 300 EV go, and then, yeah, 60 kilowatts. And then you have option C. This is if you live in apartment complexes where you can't have a level 2 charger, then this is your best option. They'll give you 750 EV go charging credit for you to utilize. The pricing, honestly, with so many competition out there, I don't know. It's not priced aggressively enough for it to move, but since this is just a partnership with General Motor, I think that's one of the biggest turnoff for me. You have, honestly, I've had the Ioniq 5 for, I want to say 2 years now. Is it 2 years? I mean, like, it's a 2022, so about 2 years. Haven't had any issue with it. So far, it is a Hyundai. Expect the unexpected. But so far, so good. For me, I spent the little bit of cash, and I got the one in the middle. The SEL is the one that I got. And hey, what the hell? The SEL now comes with the lights right here. It just looks, oh shit, there's not much of a difference here. Okay. Except you get wireless charging and a little bit more options. I'm assuming the features are, you get a little bit more things on the SEL than you do with the SE. But looks wise, it looks identical from the exterior. But for my model, when it first came out, there's a difference between, like, this is how the base model looks like, and then with mine, it kind of looks like a little bit like this for the for that model. But anyway, so this is an alternative options, as well as the Kia one too. You know, you can go with that if you want a little bit more range and save a little bit of coin. And then, of course, you have the Blazer. You know what's funny? When I actually got to this website, I laughed just a little bit. If it lets me go back. Give me a second here. Let me go back. This is why nobody takes any of these awards seriously. Are you Motor Trend SUV of the Year? Of all the things that I've been hearing with the issues of the Blazer, and he gets Motor Trend SUV of the Year? That's crazy. That's why you can't believe any of these fucking awards, man. It's all bullshit. And how is a vehicle supposed to win Vehicle of the Year when it hasn't been tested throughout the whole year to determine whether it is the Vehicle of the Year? Why do they always do this shit? Why don't they just kind of like wait a whole year and then give the car of the year in December? So they can try out the cars, drive them, whatever, test the crap out of them, and then have the journalists decide which vehicles are car of the year. I mean, they just take it for, a test drive, 1 or 2, and then they grease a little bit of their palms, and then, hey, you got the award. Kind of like the Oscars and all those other awards. You just got to grease the right palms, and somehow they win an award. It's all just a big fucking... Anyways... And then also another vehicle to consider, you can also get with the Volkswagen. I've actually test driven the Volkswagen. It actually feels pretty nice. Those massaging chairs feels pretty good. And then, obviously, like I said, this segment definitely there's a lot of options when it comes to this segment right here, the SUV, especially for finding that right price with it. The Equinox is kind of a little bit cheaper than the Blazer EV because I feel like the Blazer EV is a little bit larger vehicle comparing to the Prologue. I think the Blazer EV is closer to the Prologue, at least when just by looking at the picture. or maybe my eyes are just fooling me, or maybe it's the same size as the Equinox. But who fucking knows, man? They all use the same fucking platform, the Ultium platform. So it doesn't fucking matter. It's fucking GM wrapped around a Honda. That's it. It's a GM wrapped around a fucking Honda. So I was super disappointed with this partnership. Honestly, they could have gone with somebody else. And then another vehicle too. If you want more range, you can go with a Tesla. Not a huge fan of Teslas, but I do love their technology. And but for me, I have my reservations about that company as well too. Honestly, it's whatever your needs are. That's what you go with. It's just up to you. I would not recommend this particular Honda. Maybe wait for the next generation, and when Honda is actually making their own, which they are, in 2026. So those two vehicles should be really exciting, and I can't wait to see more from what Honda has to offer. As always, make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I really, really, really appreciate all of y'all, and have a very good night.